It's Thursday, March 28th, and you're listening to the Geek at Geek News Central, the longest continuous running tech podcast. This is show number 847, sponsored in part by GoDaddy.com. Our March special, get GoDaddy hosting for $1 per month using promo code HOSTDEAL2. Geek News Central is also sponsored in part by Dine.com. Save 30% by using the promo code podcast30. Got a great show lined up for you. Lots of cool things to share, some big announcements. You know what comes next. Strap in. Here it comes.
All right, people, I need a go, no-go for the Geek News Central podcast. Digital archive recorders.
We're go fly.
Microphone.
We're go fly.
Video feed.
Go.
Web browser.
Go.
RSS data stream aggregator.
Go fly.
Interflux Toddism suppressor.
All right, I'm confused.
Host readiness check.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
The Geek News Central podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. Cue Todd in
5,
Button, who's got the button?
4,
There is no cause for alarm.
3,
Everybody hold on to something.
2,
Just press the button.
1.
Aloha and welcome to Geek News Central, coming to you as live as it can be from the beautiful state of Hawaii via the Geek News Central studio overlooking Greater Honolulu. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Of course, my name is Todd Cochran, and I want to welcome you to the show. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being subscribed. And of course, I want to welcome all of our longtime listeners and those that are new to the show. Thanks for being here. And I tell you, you're going to want to get over to geeknewscentral.com and check out all the great content. Our content writers are staying busy as ever and putting up great content on the website. Of course, you can subscribe to the show while you're there. That's real easy to do. There's a link there for an RSS feed or iTunes, and you can get subscribed via the newsletter as well. So that way you stay abreast of what's going on here at the show. Every time I put the show out, we send out the newsletter with all the links so that you get basically right front and center of you, and you can listen to the show either on any mobile device, on your computer, wherever you're connecting to us, whatever glass may be the content receiver of the day. You can follow along, and you have all the links to all the articles that I talk about. I tell you, we're up live right now on live stream. We're up on Ustream. We're up on the Amazon stream as well. So we're streaming around the world. And if you didn't catch the show live, you can catch our tech podcast channel on the Roku, Boxy, Samsung Smart TV, and the Google TV. Don't forget, you can reach out to the show really anytime. It's easy to do so via Twitter at Geek News is the handle over there. Of course, you can email me here, geeknews@gmail.com, and the voicemail hotline is 619-342-7365. Of course, I do want to mention here that we're a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. Make sure you get over to techpodcast.com. Check out all the great things that they've got going on over there, and I'm sure that you're going to find some great shows besides this one, but definitely keep on coming back. Produced here every Monday and Thursday, released every Tuesday and Friday, so you baby don't miss a show. Stay connected, and of course we've got the new media show. We're going to be relaunching, which has been renamed. We'll have that this coming Saturday. Of course, Robot Underpants put up an episode yesterday, along with Don Bain and the Gadget Professor as well, who put up fresh episodes here at Geek News Central. Come first of the month, we're going to have the Chrome Show is going to be relaunched with our new guest host, or actually with our new host, Gary Leland. So look forward to having the new episodes of the Chrome Show online, and I'm really excited to see what Gary's going to be doing there. Don't know too much details, but we'll keep you advised when the new show is up and running. Do want to thank one of our primary sponsors here at Geek News Central. I want to thank our good friends over at GoDaddy.com. You're going to see a banner on the website at Geek News Central where you can basically get that $1 a month economy hosting for 12 months. $12 gets you a year's worth of web hosting at GoDaddy.com. Easy one-click setup. It's 99.9% uptime guarantee. Out of this world 24/7 support. And of course, the most important thing here is it's just $1 a month. And that saves you a huge amount of cash. No one else offers that, and the websites load 2.3 seconds faster than other competitors to GoDaddy. They got lots of codes. You can find all the codes again over at geeknewscentral.com. There's a code there for absolutely every occasion. And all you got to do is scroll down the website. On the second column, you see GoDaddy promo codes. Click on that, and that will bring up all of the codes that are available for you to use. Definitely get in there and grab some, because I'm telling you, there's a code there for every occasion. We want to thank GoDaddy for being a longtime sponsor here at Geek News Central. And of course, we want you to definitely visit geeknewscentral.com/GoDaddy to get all of your promo codes, get access to all the deals that we have got available for you. And really, they help us keep the lights on here, and we want to thank them for being a sponsor. And thank you for continuing to buy their products and services. Now, don't forget that we've also got the 295.com promo code by using Geek295. That's limit 1 per household, essentially, and a 35% off your total order on a new purchase by using the promo code GO35OFF2. So I'll have all those codes up on, again, geeknewscentral.com/GoDaddy. Well, I tell you, big news here. If you've been following my Twitter feed, you will have already seen it. Basically got the notice from Google that I have been approved for Google Glasses. Not much more communication than that, though. Basically, they said, yes, you're approved, and prepare to fork over money and go to San Francisco. So anyway, I'm looking forward to being able to use the Google Glasses and try them out and talk about them here in the show. And who knows what kind of new content streams this could end up being. It's pretty exciting stuff. It really is. So anyway, we look forward to being able to talk about Google Glasses here in the more near future with actual hands-on. And so it'll be kind of interesting to get those. But it was pretty exciting to have been selected. I don't know how many entries they had or how many people actually applied, but I know a couple of TPN members got approved as well. So definitely have to save the pennies here to make sure we got enough in the cash reserve account to go out and get those so that we can have them for the show. But it's too big of an opportunity. This is it could be something very, very big with the launch of these glasses, and the Geek here is going to bring you the best coverage and basically straight shooting information about how the Google Glasses work and experiences and so forth with them. Now, with that, we had another announcement today on Geek News Central. If those of you that have been over to the website may have seen it, but we made the announcement today. We're going to be working with Livestream at the National Association of Broadcasters conference. I will be going out to Las Vegas, probably leaving about a week from today or tomorrow, going out to Vegas, and I'm going to be doing live coverage with the Gadget Professor, Don Bain. Him and I will be teaming up to doing about anywhere from an hour 45 to about 2.5 hours of content live from NAB each day. And I'm really kind of behind the 8 ball here because this just kind of came together. And so we got to get guests lined up. And basically, luckily, I don't have to take any infrastructure to NAB because the folks at Livestream are going to have their studios set up, and we're just going to be able to walk in, sit down, and do our thing. So I'm really excited about being able to do that. The Gadget Professor and I are going to have a great time, and him and I work real well together from a conversation standpoint. So my job over the next week is to fill about 30 broadcast spots to get people in to talk about their product, what's cool, what's happening in NAB, what people are seeing. So I look forward to bringing you that content. So what probably is going to happen, and I did this last year as well, there definitely will be, unless I find a guest host to stand in, there will be no show the week of, now let me make sure I get this right so you guys will know what's going on. The week of April 8th, there'll probably be no shows, those Monday and Thursday shows, unless I find a stand-in. So I'll let you know on that. But be kind of a nice break for me too. Get a little, I try to take a couple of breaks a year, a little short ones, and that will work out well. But we'll have all the content from NAB, and that'll be available. A couple of hours of content each day of the show that'll be up live. We'll try to get those recordings. I'll try to get those posted. We'll see how that goes. I'm not the holder of the keys per se. The folks at Livestream are. So we're still working out all the logistics. I'll have more information obviously on Monday, maybe even as late as Thursday, giving you an update. Still got to get flight scheduled and everything to get out of here, to get into Vegas, get rooms and so forth. So we'll keep you advised on really what's going to be happening, and look forward to bringing you content from NAB and working with the folks at Livestream. They made a couple of major announcements today. Save that for another show, but they've really made some inroads in competing with companies like New Tech and so forth. So we'll look forward to talking about that in depth as we move forward. So let me look in my stack here and see what else I've got for tonight. Probably going to try to do a Vegas meetup. If my flights work out and I'm able to get into town on time, those of you that listen to the show that live in Las Vegas, maybe we'll do a Sunday evening meetup. Probably be staying downtown again. I'm not going to be I probably will not be on the Strip. Again, trying to be budget conscientious. And so we'll be doing a meetup somewhere in Vegas. So if you're interested in meeting up, you're going to be in town, drop me an email, geeknews@gmail.com, and then we'll get you on the list, and then we'll have a meetup there in Las Vegas. So otherwise, I'm buried. I mean, I'm absolutely buried in stuff, and I'm behind. I'm woefully behind this week in just regular duties. And we've been having calls. I've had client call. It's been pretty crazy here from that standpoint. It's a good thing. Busy's good. But I'm looking at my pile over here, and I'm like, that's not getting any smaller. Not getting any smaller at all. And I need to get it knocked out because I think I'm going to come right off the trip from Vegas and probably be right back out on the road for another week. But I'll be on the road doing shows. But it's pretty busy, to say the least. So I look forward to anyway. Everything it's busy's good, right? Busy means you're still doing good things, and it's going to all work out. But look forward to bringing you the coverage from NAB. Kind of excited. I was kind of on the fence on whether I was going to go or not, and then it just kind of sealed the deal to do the stuff with Livestream and be able to come out and represent with the Tech Podcast Network. So let me go ahead here, and we'll take care of our last business here before we get into the content tonight. And, one thing's for sure, you guys know that with my comings, with being as busy as I am, I have to have some great tools. And today I had a pretty high level meeting with a client, lots of people in a boardroom watching the demo we were doing. With me, I just had a huge conflict, could not be at my desk and at my computer, and I'm participating along with this meeting on an iPad. And, it's great when a team can get together, and it's amazing what can get accomplished. And, project that take weeks, decision that take days can be done right there online with GoToMeeting. Getting everyone together from different locations is time consuming. Having people fly in and so forth, it's expensive. And in this case, it would have been plain impossible with everything going on. So that's why I and my company use GoToMeeting with HD Faces. It makes it easy for an entire team to get together online, wherever you need, whenever you need, no matter how far people are away. It doesn't matter. GoToMeeting, you can share the same screen, so you stay on the same page. And the built-in HD video conferencing makes your online meetings just like being in the same room. Plus, it's simple to launch or join a meeting from anywhere using your computer, smartphone, or tablet. You can even present from your iPad. And again, I love GoToMeeting. It's a product that I use nearly every single day. So don't wait for this special offer. Visit GoToMeeting.com click on the Try It Free button and use the promo code podcast. Again, remember to use the promo code podcast. Visit gotomeeting.com, click on the orange Try It Free button, and use the promo code podcast. Thanks, GoToMeeting, for being a sponsor here at Geek News Central. Already got through my stack of stuff here, so I think we can get right into the content. We won't waste any time tonight doing that. I look at the road shows, and then I look at the home shows, and I always say, why are the road shows shorter than the home shows? And I haven't quite figured it out. Maybe I'm more relaxed and in my element here. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but it just seems to kind of work out that way way too often. Hey, as far as the NAB coverage, I have a link up in the show notes for you to review tonight, so that you can check out the times and know when to tune in. Of course, I'll be promoting it more as we get closer. So SpaceX Dragon spacecraft departed from the International Space Station on Tuesday, and they splashed down safely in the Pacific several hours later. And they brought back about 1,200 kilograms of experimental equipment from the station. And, they had a pretty flawless mission, considering they had some issues at the very beginning. But this mission was the second of 12 cargo flights to the space station by SpaceX. So congratulations for a completion there. And more space news: a new Russian crew docks at the International Station after a super fast flight. So what they did this time is they kind of slingshotted them up. A Soyuz rocket successfully delivered a trio of new residents to the International Space Station. And they made it basically from launch to docking. It was about 6 hours. So they've done this with Progress supply ships before. So by shortening the time to get to the International Space Station, less people are needed. So it's, from a cost perspective, it's cheaper. It's easier on the crews. Even though they have a longer initial crew day, they're able to get to the space station pretty quickly. And so the Soyuz TMA-08M launch from Baikonur Cosmodrome went smoothly, with the liftoff occurring at 4:43 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And again, they docked at 10:28 p.m. So you just, no time whatsoever to get up there. But the three are going to be on the space station for quite a while, and we wish them luck in their. They got several spacewalks to do as well. So looking forward to hearing the news out of NASA on what they're getting accomplished. All right, switching gears here a little bit. Over the air, yes, signals still come over the air. Many of us forget that from time to time. We automatically think, we need our cable provider to get TV. But, you don't need a cable subscription to watch ABC, CBS, NBC, and a variety of other local access stations. But it turns out that Charter Communications rejected an ad that told people how to get over-the-air TV without paying for cable. And so it's kind of interesting that they rejected this ad by Antennas Direct, which has been one of a number of antenna manufacturers that has profited from the interest in cord cutting. And over-the-air TV has also started to find its way into new technologies, including the Boxy, Cloud DVR, and Arrow's TV streaming service. So, but it's kind of interesting that Clear said, "Oh no, you're not going to remind people that you just need an antenna to get television, and not a very big one these days at all." Well, Hollywood is now stepping up and trying to have an impact in a bigger way on killing off pirate TV and movie streaming sites. Many of these sites are rogue. They don't work within the confines of the law, and the streaming sites come in all shapes and sizes. But there's a popular TV streaming script called TV Stream Script, and they shut down voluntarily following pressure from the movie industry. The script was used by hundreds of streaming sites, which have all been rendered useless overnight by this basically because the site that validated their license went offline. So hundreds of sites have dropped, and those folks who spent $99 for this script basically are out of luck. But we'll see how long it takes for something similar to pop up. But for right now, if you are using any one of many live streaming sites called tvsuperstream.com, infinityshows.com, Cinesheet, streamflix.org, watchon.me, yasstream.com, cnltv.ru, tvshoes2k, so forth. If you're using any of those sites, they're most likely right now down and offline due to basically this issue with the actual parent site being seized or actually voluntarily handed over to the movie industry group. So interesting move here, and probably we'll see more of this as time goes on. This morning, I had to roll out of here real early at 5 a.m. Had to take my wife in for to see her pain doctor. Then quickly following that, I had my claims and disability physical with the Veterans Administration. Boy, it's kind of an interesting process, and I don't have a lot of faith that things are going to end up the way I think they should. I just didn't get a warm and fuzzy from the guy that was examining me. Of course, he's just the examiner. He doesn't do the rating. That's done by another group at the VA. But they're all about, how should we say, minimizing anything that you had an issue with. But it was kind of an interesting day. And I don't know why that came to top of mind, but I wanted to share it with you guys anyway. So let's talk a little bit here about BitTorrent. You guys know that I was beta testing BitTorrent live. Got a little pushback from some of the folks that were coming up live on the stream. They didn't like installing the BitTorrent Live client. But, really what we're looking at here is we've got to get to a point where we can make these live streams scale in a bigger way. And the folks at BitTorrent have, in my opinion, have a way to revolutionize live broadcasting on the internet. And Bram Cohen has filed a patent for the new BitTorrent live streaming protocol. And he's worked on this new technology for several years and believes that the new protocol can be world-changing. And I have to agree with him. He says, we plan to shape the future of live broadcasts and want to work with broadcasters to accomplish that. And it goes into talking about how it works. And it's like, they call them BitTorrent Live Clubs, where you have like a circle of 5 that are basically doing the interchanging to get the video live stream almost near time, with me being able just to push out a single stream and then everyone else sharing their internet to push the stream to the other nodes. And I think this is going to end up being, I hope he gets a patent on this, because he's got to secure it. If he doesn't secure it, then someone will come in behind. And with the new patent law, the way it is, first to file now is the one that wins. It doesn't matter if you have prior art. You have to file. But the patent submission is in, which is good. And it went in on March 14th. But this is pretty cool what they've, reading the patent anyway. It was an interesting read and shows how it works. But we'll be playing with BitTorrent Live a lot more as we move into the future. And I got another box here I got to test too. I'm so far behind on doing some of that type stuff. All right, I want to talk about the new UWA, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, OUYA, the video game console that's going to be available in June. But there's 50,000 folks who pledged $99 to getting this available. And they're going to be receiving their unit and their hand controller in the coming days. And so a lot of people have been really excited about this. And this was a Kickstarter project that brought a little gaming box to the market. And I don't know what's available game-wise so far, but it's definitely a small little box as compared to many other devices. But it just sees it's going to have to see what happens here. What's going to be ultimately available on it will be the key. And what does it say here in the description? It says the manage menu is a little more than a way to directly access hidden Android setting. It brings up a standard Android settings menu, which we're told will be swapped for a custom screen in the future. Play acts as your content manager, where both games and applications you've downloaded. Oh, it's running on Android. Oh, that's really cool. I should have probably donated to this, but there's definitely a lot of hype around this, and for $99, you really can't go wrong. But it's ready, and if you were part of the Kickstarter group that got one, I'd love to hear from you and how it works out. I'm sure we're going to see lots of videos here in the coming days. All right, we've been tracking the sun-powered plane known as Solar Impulse, and it's basically taken baby steps to get to where they're at. But today, Solar Impulse pilots Bertrand Piccard and Andre Rocherberg came to NASA Ames Research Center to announce that they plan to fly across America. The cross-country tour will begin in the Bay Area and end in New York, with stops in Phoenix, Dallas, and Washington, D.C. Solar Impulse will also land in either Atlanta, Nashville, or St. Louis, with the plane and its pilots set to stay in each locale for about a week to 10 days to talk about the project. So it's not a straight-through flight, but they're getting ready for their 2015 around the world trip that they want to do. And but anyway, we'll see how this goes. We'll report on it as the news becomes available about Solar Impulse. All right, the Chrome Web Store, if you have a Chromebook, has been overhauled, and it's put top category results on one page. Made it easier to find stuff and when you search for it, so it's pretty slick. They've made a nice update to it there. I'll have a link up to that in the show notes, of course, as well. And tonight, boy, I'm really kind of irritated because I got jammed into this new Compose box that Google is forcing us to use. I'm really not a fan of this thing, but the pop-up Gmail Compose is now default, whether you like it or not. And it may force me to be using Thunderbird more because I'd started to migrate a little bit using web as much as I could, but I really hate this new Compose window. It's real slick and clean, but it just isn't got the feel that, and I want it there big in front of me. I don't want this little puny box to do email. A lot of folks are not happy with it, as I am not as well. So time will tell what kind of pushback Google gets on this. Hey, and in the acquisition side, Amazon has acquired Goodreads, and they aim to make better recommendations for Kindle users. I'm not familiar at all with Goodreads, but they apparently have a platform that makes fairly excellent suggestions when it comes to reading materials. And that's one of the things that I think Amazon's been kind of weak in. So maybe this is a good purchase by them. So they're expecting this deal to be finalized in Q2. And we'll probably see integration into Amazon probably in around when school gets back in the fall. So we'll see where this goes. But Amazon has acquired the company Goodreads. All right, the article over in Geek News Central posted by Alan talks about Xbox getting some new entertainment options. And if I can load this without, there we go. Here's what he found in the updates. He found Xbox Smart Glass for Game of Thrones Season 3, Major League Baseball.TV refresh, IndieFlix, Revision 3, Popcorn Flicks, and Toys R Us movies have all, those entertainment options have all been updated. So if you have an Xbox 360, you should have received those updates already. If you have not seen those yet, there could be a push coming shortly. But very cool stuff out of the Xbox Live group, Xbox 360. Article on Tech Dirt, government can keep key emails that they had with Hollywood lobbyists about the six strike program. So while we keep hearing hearing folks in the entertainment industry and their supporters in DC talk about how great the six strike copyright alert system is and how it was a voluntary agreement between industry players, there's a little bit of dirt underneath that. And what is being said is one of the worst kept secrets in the world was that the White House was heavily involved. They basically helped Hollywood out and at least hinted strongly at the fact that if no voluntary agreement came through, legislation might have to be put in place, creating a novel definition of voluntary. So what's going on here is that um, Victoria Espinel, the White House's IP enforcement coordinator, had been emailing people about the program, and they're having discussions. And basically, they basically made those public, which are supposed to be public available communications. They're going to keep them secret. They don't want the public to know what transpired between the entertainment industry and the White House. So there were apparently some. What's being rumored is some of the details of the draft memorandum of understanding that created the Six Strikes program, and kind of an interesting move here. But anyway, we're not going to get to see that email because the government can keep those emails with Hollywood lobbyists about Six Strikes secret. All right, well, look at these North Korea knuckleheads. North Korea is putting its rockets on standby after a U.S.-made show of force with a stealth bomber flying into South Korea on a nonstop from a base in Missouri. But, they didn't fly over North Korea. They just came in and did a mock bomb run on South Korea and landed. Obviously, I think they've never done that before, but they are having an exercise. So North Koreans are, they're rattling their sabers again, but saber rattling. Please, a couple of well placed guided munitions, and it may clean up some of that North Korean leadership. There's a video I want you guys to watch, and it's pretty slick. It's about a 2-year-old and how he picked the lock to his 8-year-old daughter's, or 8-year-old sister's room. And basically, he'd been going into a room and stealing teddy bears and stuffed animals at night. And the 8-year-old was not happy about it. And so the mom told the girl, well, just lock your door. And that way he won't come in the middle of the night to steal your stuffed animal. So she locked her door. But apparently the 2-year-old had another plan. He, middle of the night, got himself a set of nail clippers, opened them up, and then did the little twist knob thing. You know how you can go in and open up a interior door room, and he was able to hack the door and get in and get the stuffed animal. And then he put the nail clippers back where he found them, and they did this all on a night vision camera. It's pretty hilarious, and the background music's pretty funny. So it's cute. So I'll share it with you guys to take a look. There's a pretty epic 4 gigapixel panoramic that has been basically put together. It's a Mars gigapixel panorama view, and it's Curiosity rover on Martian solar days 136 through 149. And so I'll have this link up in the show notes. You look at this. It's incredible. It really is an incredible image. And I like those panorama ones because you can look all around, look down at the stuff, look at the rover, zoom in on, a little dirt here and there. Very, very slick. This was over at Gizmodo, so I definitely will have a link up in the show notes for you guys to check out. All right, at this point in the show, what I want to do is I want to take just a second here and talk about our sponsor, Dine.com. And let me bring this back to me for a second here. And, Dine is, in DNS, they are the leader in providing best in uptime and making websites faster. They've really got a great product line. And it's often said their motto is that their mission is pretty simple. They say if you understand the internet, they say we help the best web brands and presences in the world serve their end users faster performing websites and enterprise transactional email. And that's really what it's about. We all want faster internet. We want our websites to load quicker. And we want to make sure that if your DNS provider goes down, your secondary is there to pick up the pieces so that you're not offline. And that's where Dyn.com comes in. With outsourced DNS, you can make people, you make sure people can get to their websites at all times. And with managed DNS, you can even connect items like your webcams or DVR to a private channel that you can pull from at any time for business email delivery. If your email delivery is critical, if your business relies on a contact list, then Dyn's email solution is for you as well. So here's the thing. It's simple. Get faster internet by using Dyn for DNS. Simply visit Dyn.com/podcast30 and fill out the contact form or start shopping right away and save 30% by using promo code podcast30 at checkout. Once again, visit Dyn.com/podcast30 and get your 30% off, and they'll help you out. They'll get you started on any product that you may have questions on. That's what they're there for. That's what that form is for at Dyn.com/podcast30. No high pressure sales or anything like that. They're there to just get you up and running real quick with their products and services. Article over in GigaOM, the SEC has ruled where they're going to give a boost to online funding tools for startups. Remember last year they put in a law that made it easy for people to donate, or actually not donate, but invest in companies, where the average Joe could invest $1,000 in exchange for equity in a company. Well, Funders Club is a website that does just that, and they asked for SEC approval on their business model, and it's kind of cool. In a significant footnote in the SEC letter, the commissioner noted that Funders Club's model is consistent with the Jobs Act. Of course, that's the recent law intended to make it easier for startups to raise money without those regulatory headaches. And they got their status verified, and it looks like they are one of the first to be able to help companies that are looking to raise some money through crowdfunding. So let's talk a little bit about T-Mobile. And this is, I don't do a lot of mobile stuff on the show, but T-Mobile's iPhone discounts are for customers only, but it will still sell you a device. So if you want an unlocked iPhone, you can buy one from them. You can walk out of the store without even a plan. So they're taking seriously their commitment separating the phone from the service. And this was announced this previous Tuesday, where basically T-Mobile was about no contracts. And they're basically, you're going to buy the phone. You can get a little discounted price by being a customer. And they're really upending the traditional subsidy and contract model. And they'll sell you a device and get it free at full price without a contract and without the device fees hidden in most carriers' monthly rate plans. So obviously they want you to come buy a phone and get a little bigger discount and run on the T-Mobile network, but you're not locked in to any type of a quote-unquote contract, like a 2-year contract. So this is cool. And I think open devices are good for the ecosystem. We'll see how this goes with T-Mobile and how it helps or hurts their bottom line. Another thing, too, if you have an iPhone 5, it will work on the T-Mobile's LTE network and also their 3G network. So be careful if you are going to basically have your AT&T phone unlocked. You're going to have some limitations on where you can use that phone based on T-Mobile's rollout of their network for LTE and 3G. There's a pretty interesting article talking about content for cord cutters is going to get harder to find. Industry executives predicts. I think this industry executive is wrong. The TV industry knows that broadband changes its business, and they are not adapting very quickly. But yet, the CEO of Conviva expects cord cutters to suffer higher fees and less content in the short term. That may be true, but there's so much content out there that you can get to on these set-top boxes. You just have fun finding it all. There's just so much out there. So I don't know if I agree, but we'll see where this goes and see if this prediction comes true by this CEO that has made the prediction. Hey, over on The Verge, there's a lengthy, and I mean, I'm not even going to go into it, but there's a lengthy article, what you need to know about the government's fight to unlock your cell phone. And they go on and on and on and on this, and don't even get all the answers answered before you have to kick to page 2 of the actual article. So anyway, The Verge has got this good primer for you. If you want to know what's going on with the government's fight to unlock your cell phone, you'll definitely want to read this expose by the folks at The Verge. What else do I have here? A Bitcoin. Here I was dogging Bitcoin the other day, but it's up to like $80 a Bitcoin. And it's prediction that some of the stuff that's been going on in Europe and them wanting to tax your savings may have been a result of the Bitcoin price rising. I know I'm listening to a week or so ago, I listened to Adam Curry and John C. Dvorak and No Agenda, and they were talking about Adam was cashing in like 4 Bitcoins a day till he got to a certain level. Apparently, he had some that were donated as basically donations to his show back in the daily source code time frame. So, but he's cashing his Bitcoins in. I still think it's very, very risky, and that's, again, my opinion on that. Oh, it helps if I take that banner down, yeah? All right, there we go. Hey, again, today on the show, if you want to contact me, geeknews@gmail.com, and, of course, the Twitter account is @geeknews. We do have a hotline available for you at all times to call in if you want to at 619-342-7365. Hey, VeriSign is telling ICANN they're not ready for the new top-level domains. VeriSign sent a report to ICANN and filed it with the Securities and Exchange Commission. It basically says that the internet isn't prepared for new top-level domains. And here's, I have to agree with the consensus of the guy over at domainnamewire.com. So basically, VeriSign SEC tweeted that they were filing the SEC filing. And then a gentleman by the name of Paul Stathara, co-founder of the largest TLD applicant, Donuts, responded, the stability issues are to VeriSign's revenue stream. And it's true. VeriSign's going to be impacted negatively with these new TLDs. And people are not going to be as acceptable allowing everything to be controlled by them. But they weigh a lot. They have a lot to weigh, or they're the 800-pound gorilla in the to ICANN. So we'll see if this comment they're making makes the rollout slower, or if it's just going to continue to move on. Hey, a very fascinating piece I was reading by Thomas Hawks. He is a photographer, professional photographer. He goes out and takes images and puts them online and gets paid for them. Up to this point, he's been using Getty. Now, I'm not a big Getty Images fan myself at all, but basically, he sent Dear Getty a Dear John letter. He says, Dear Getty, pursuant to Section 4.8 of our agreement, I quit. And he basically left Getty, and he has a very long blog post on why he quit Getty Images and why he's moving to a new service called Stocksy, Stocksy. And so Stocksy is trying to build their inventory, and I think it's fantastic whenever a company is able to make a shift, or when basically what's going on here is that, and I'm having a trouble staying on topic right now. Is the Stotsky company, is launching, and it gives competition to the folks at Getty, and I think that's awesome. So let me move on to a different topic. But if you put images online, you may want to check out Stotsky, and they have a 50-50 revenue share versus the 20 to you, 80 to Getty, which makes so many photographers upset. All right, President of HBO Sports says HBO Go will stream live events by the end of the year. So that's an interesting announcement. A lot of things going on with HBO. So time will tell what happens with this. If you're wanting to know what's, this spam attack or this denial of service attack that was making the rounds, and they were, trying to take the folks from Spamhaus down. There's been a lot of news on this the last couple of days. I said the European internet was running slower because of the attack. If you want the background information on that and how some of this originated, I'll have a link up in the show notes from Ars Technica that talks about it and how Spamhaus attackers turned DNS into a weapon of mass destruction. So that's directly from Ars Technica's blog post, but I have a link up for you to check it out. What else? And there's also some information behind the Spamhaus denial of service attack and how they implemented it and so forth, and 2 separate articles. I'll have those both linked up in the show notes for you. All right, Chrome update. Can you believe we're on Chrome 26? Who keeps track of the version number anymore? Chrome 26 includes a new spell checking engine. And, okay, so I guess everyone's getting a free update today, or a forced update. But they got shortcuts for multiple users, asynchronous DNS resolver, and they did 11 security fixes on the latest version of Chrome. Boy, they're cranking the numbers out on that. All right, EA president says DRM is a failed strategy, but SimCity didn't have any DRM. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? There's no DRM in SimCity. There's authentication, which is essentially DRM. It's pretty weird that they are, saying, DRM is a failed strategy. This is bizarre. If you think about it, that's what caused SimCity to have such a horrible rollout. He says, I was involved in all the meetings. DRM was never brought up once. You don't build an MMO because you're thinking of DRM. You're building a massive multiplayer experience. That's what you're building. If you play an MMO, you don't demand an offline mode. You just don't. And in fact, SimCity started out and felt like an MMO more than anything else, and it plays like an MMO. Of course, that can be said, except, of course, when it doesn't. People like to play offline a lot. I know I do. So anyway, this guy they just continue to have a PR disaster one after the other. Apparently, the Department of Justice has been using cell tower impersonating devices without explicit warrants. And they've been getting the warrants, but they haven't been telling the judge exactly how they're using the warrants. So there is a little bit of issue out there. There's a lot on this today. I'm not going to go into the details. I'll let you read it by following the links off of Slashdot. And final article of the night, and I am just absolutely fading fast. I needed a little combat nap before the show tonight. I didn't get one, but Fuel Emergency Charger gives your phone some extra power when you need it the most. It's just a little itty-bitty charger to give you about 20 to 30 minutes of extra power when you need it. So pretty little slick little charger, and it's, again, it looks like a little fuel can, kind of a cutie little deal. It's going to be available for how much? How much is it going to cost? $20 will get you one, and it's actually a Kickstarter. So if you want to contribute to it, I'm sure they'll be willing to take your money, and when they release it, you'll get one. if nothing else, it's a cool novelty for $20 to be a little mini charger like that. All right, let me go ahead. I got a few emails tonight, not a lot. Got an email from Richard saying, "Hey Todd, here's a link to a New York Times article talking to profit though slim for BlackBerry. Thanks for that, Richard. Appreciate it." Got an email here from Michael talking about, "Hey Todd, thought you missed for seeing this. If you have questions, it's basically talking about patent litigation against out-of-band authentication infringers." So this this basically came to me as a PR piece, and as I was reading this thing, I'm like, it drives me crazy about all these patent litigations, and this is one against Microsoft and Phone Factor and First Midwest Bank Corp. I just think that these patent litigations are really going to slow down everything that we do in this country from an innovation standpoint, and it just it drives me a little batty, to be quite honest with you. But you know, obviously, I've given more press here than they deserved, but actually bragging about this patent litigation, it just seems so foreign to me. It really does. But that's the way the baby bounces, I guess. All right, gonna get you out of here at record time. Sorry for the slow, basically kind of short show here, but I'm just plain tuckered out tonight. Oh man, I don't know why it just hit me. I probably what I needed to do was drink a Red Bull before the start of the show, and that may have helped me out a little bit in staying engaged here. So if you heard a little lapse in my commentary tonight, it was kind of because I think I kind of had like a couple of my brain was like saying, "Okay, I know you're supposed to be talking about this, but I need to check out for 15 seconds." Oh man, I am going to be getting some extra sleep this weekend. I have to get caught up. But everyone, thanks for being here. Tweet me at Geek News, email me geeknews@gmail.com. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Google Plus, and definitely get prepared for our coverage at NAB, essentially kicking off about a week from now, a little over a week from now. And look forward to bringing that content to you. I guess it's a little more than a week. It's let me look at the date here. We're going to be starting on April 8th is our first broadcast date. So 10, 11 days away, something like that. But if you know of a company going to NAB that's announcing something cool, you need to have them email me. We're going to have a few slots for people to be interviewed live and doing it TPN style. So look forward to bringing that content and not checking out mentally on you here like I did a little bit tonight on the show. All right, folks, that's it. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Everyone take care and aloha.